You can go through some stuff in dealing with the wrong people in your dilemma. Be careful hanging around the wrong people when you're in your dilemma. Because the wrong person can contribute it to your demise, or they can contribute it to your deliverance. Dealing with the wrong person can contribute it to your demise, but dealing with the right person can contribute it to your deliverance. And the problem is that sometimes, saints of God, we feel like everybody got us back. I'm sorry, but the truth of the matter is that everybody don't have us back. I'm sorry, we got to be honest. We say we say we got one another's back, but the truth be told, sometimes we got to learn how to work together. We got to know how to come together. Just because I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me, that don't mean that we don't have to be in agreement with one another. That just means that I just don't agree with your idea at the time. And whatever you got going on, I'm going to work with you. And what you got going on, I'm going to work with you. But we got to get to a point and understand one thing about God. When you are desperate, you cannot allow nothing or anything else to hinder you from where you want to go in God. The problem is that we allow what we see, and I talked about this earlier, what we see to be a demise in our lives. I'm telling myself now, I got to believe what God said versus what I feel. Because sometimes we don't feel like coming to church. Come on, y'all, let's be honest. Come on, sometimes we don't feel like coming today. I just don't feel like today. Sometimes that's the human part of us. And we got to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we don't feel like certain things. But we know what God said concerning us. That's why the Bible said, he said, forsaking not to assemble ourselves together as the manner of some is, but he said, exalting one another as much as more we see the day approaching. He understands it was good to be in the presence of God. And when you come into his presence, guess what? You will feel better. I believe that if you're down, guess what? No, God can lift you up. Whatever you might be going through, you got to put your trust in God. And I believe now that regardless of what I'm feeling, I got to go on what God says. If the Bible said, by your stripes I'm healed, I believe that I'm healed. You got to tell yourself, I'm more than a conqueror to him that loved me. I'm more than my situation. I'm more than what people might say about me. I'm more than what I'm going through currently right now. I got to tell myself that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask and think, according to the power that worketh on the inside of us. Tell somebody, how bad do you want it? Point number one, I want to give you 3 points and I'm going to sit down. You see these men that they had faith just like the guy they were carrying. And I'm telling you something, saints of God, you got to surround yourself around some people that got some faith like that. Because if they were able to turn around and go and take the roof and pull the roof off to lure their friend to get a healing from God, that's the kind of friend that you need. I'm looking for those kind of friends that, guess what? No, they're not going to worry about themselves. They're concerned more about you. Point number one. Learn to find a way when everything else seems to be impossible. I'm going to say that again. You have to learn to find a way in everything when things seem to be impossible. This man was dealing with something that seems to be impossible because he couldn't find a way into Jesus because of the multitude of the people. And the thing about it is that when you're desperate for a miracle, you